Welcome to this explainer. So we hear a lot these days about massive artificial intelligence models living in these giant power-hungry cloud servers, right? It's pretty much the dominant narrative in tech. But today, we're actually looking at a shift that's arguably way more impactful and honestly just infinitely more practical for most of the planet. We are breaking down how Google's open model Gemma is bringing powerful frontier-level AI out of the cloud and directly onto local devices. If you're a developer or really just anyone curious about the future of software, trust me, this is a massive paradigm shift. Let's get into it.
To really get why this matters, we have to acknowledge a huge, fundamental barrier in our current tech landscape. Right now, almost all of the most powerful AI models depend on one single thing: a persistent, high-speed internet connection. And because of that one dependency, literally billions of people around the world are effectively locked out of the AI revolution. It's a massive bottleneck. So Gemma was really born to ask a totally new, profound question. What if frontier intelligence didn't need a massive server farm? Like, how does the world actually change when frontier-level AI can run anywhere, on absolutely anything?
To wrap our heads around the magnitude of this, we need to look at the shift from cloud AI to what we call edge AI. With cloud AI, every single time you ask your phone a complex question, that prompt has to travel hundreds, maybe thousands of miles to a data center, get processed, and then travel all the way back. It requires constant connectivity, it introduces annoying latency, and it costs money for every single interaction. Edge AI completely flips the script. It means the brain is right there on the device itself, like literally the smartphone sitting in your pocket right now. There's no waiting for a signal to bounce off some distant server. It's localized, it's immediate, and, this is huge, because the data never leaves your device, it's inherently super private. So, to solve this global connectivity problem and actually make AI accessible to the broadest set of people possible, Google introduced Gemma. Now, Gemma is an open model, and it's built by leveraging all of the extensive research that originally went into Gemini 3. But what makes Gemma uniquely versatile is its architecture. It is definitely not a one-size-fits-all kind of deal. Instead, it comes in specific sizes crafted for entirely different hardware constraints. You've got smaller, highly efficient sizes designed perfectly for mobile, running incredibly smoothly right on standard phone chips. And then you have larger sizes focused on heavier workloads, like complex coding tasks or what we call agency capabilities. And agency just means the AI isn't simply answering questions, it can actually take actions, use tools, and complete complex multi-step tasks on your behalf. And this whole evolution takes a massive leap forward with the release of Gemma 4. Developers working with this version actually noted this distinct moment where the previous hardware limitations suddenly felt like they'd completely disappeared. And the core reason for that breakthrough? Gemma 4 introduces multimodal capabilities. Multimodal basically means the model doesn't just read and generate text anymore. It can natively understand images, process audio, and interact with the world around it through your device's own camera and microphone. Just imagine pulling your phone out of your pocket, pointing the camera at a broken engine part, and having an offline, on-device app guide you through the repair step by step. Having that level of complex, native intelligence directly in your hands, it's just incredibly exciting.
Now, if you are a developer, this entire architecture is essentially the holy grail. The ultimate North Star for building smaller models has always been maximizing intelligence per byte of memory footprint, and Gemma absolutely nails that mark. It takes vast amounts of the world's information, knowledge, and complex reasoning and distills it down into a form factor that fits on everyday hardware. But let's really dig into why this is such a game changer for the future of software. Because it runs locally, there are absolutely no API calls required, and it uses zero data. If you're building an app today, you know perfectly well that cloud compute costs can absolutely ruin your startup. Well, with local models, you never have to pay a cloud provider for those endless compute requests. Your infrastructure costs literally drop to almost zero. And on the flip side, your users never have to worry about cellular data caps, spotty reception, or privacy leaks because their data stays on their phone. This entirely changes the economics and the privacy standards of building intelligent software.
Okay, so how do you actually create a local language model? For developers, especially those targeting niche markets or underserved regions, the workflow here is brilliantly simple. Step 1, you just download the open model directly to your machine. Step 2, and this is really the crucial part, you fine-tune it. Fine-tuning just means taking that baseline intelligence of Gemma and feeding it specific, highly localized datasets. You are literally teaching the AI the nuances, the slang, and the specific grammar of a language that standard tech companies often overlook. You see, you aren't building a massive model from scratch, which would cost millions, right? You're just giving a very smart existing model a highly specific local education. And finally, step 3, you package and deploy it completely offline in vital community hubs like hospitals or schools. You take the power entirely out of the traditional corporate lab and put it right into the hands of local developers.
And this workflow provides a remarkably strong foundation for models in languages all around the world. For instance, developers have found Gemma incredibly impressive when producing a foundation model in Thai, teaching the AI to genuinely understand the cultural context of Thailand, rather than just doing direct word-for-word translations. Because, as we know, language isn't just about conveying information. Language is culture. So when developers build and fine-tune these local models, they aren't just coding some basic utility app. Empowering developers to build these models locally actively preserves cultures and histories that might otherwise be totally erased by the digital divide.
Just think about the sheer scale of this in action for a minute. Let's take Peru, where one of the prominent indigenous languages is Quechua. Historically, there simply aren't a lot of digital resources available for Quechua speakers. But because of this accessible fine-tuning process we just walked through, developers can download Gemma, push its capabilities further in Quechua, and carry that technology high up into the Andes Mountains. Think about that. You could have frontier-level reasoning running in a remote clinic or a rural school with absolutely zero internet connection. You're providing access to world-class educational and medical AI capabilities completely offline, no API calls required.
And this zero data consumption capability, it's having a direct, life-saving impact right now. Over in Uganda, developers are using this technology on a daily basis through a local application that's incredibly easy to use, specifically because it doesn't chew up expensive mobile data. They're actually building localized systems aimed at helping reduce the maternal mortality rate, providing critical offline guidance to healthcare workers. As one of those developers noted, it's deeply personal for them because they've known family members who have lost their lives to these very issues. Building systems that can actually save a life is the core mission here, and localized AI is making it genuinely achievable.
Honestly, this completely shatters the old traditional Silicon Valley paradigm. You no longer need a billion-dollar, heavily funded laboratory in some massive tech hub to develop frontier-level systems. You can literally do it right in Kampala. You can build, train, and deploy life-saving, culture-preserving technology exactly where it is needed most, entirely on your own terms. We are seeing firsthand that AI can be used to uplift communities and be utilized for genuine, measurable good, built directly by the actual people who live in those communities.
And this democratization is exactly why Google's commitment to open source is so absolutely vital. And really, it's the very reason Gemini exists in the first place. Open source AI uplifts the entire global ecosystem and pushes the boundaries of what developers can achieve. It ensures that tech freedom and the future of artificial intelligence aren't just locked away behind some massive corporate firewall. It is out in the open, it's customizable, and it's right in your hands to innovate with.
So as we look forward, the goal is crystal clear: getting edge AI into the hands of the vast majority of the planet's population. The tools are now open, they are local, and they are incredibly powerful. We've seen how developers are already using it to preserve indigenous languages in the Andes and even save lives in Uganda by eliminating the need for constant connectivity and expensive compute costs. So the only question left for you is this: what will you build for your community when frontier AI can run anywhere? Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and I really hope this sparks some incredible ideas for your next major project.